How's it going, my G's? It's Art1fact. Hope everyone's got their hot, scalding Spanish tea and we're ready to make some music. We're making some music today. This video today is sponsored by the one and only Shadow Master, so please say thank you to him.
I like to make bass lines because it's good for my stomach condition.
He's proper weird, that bloke, isn't he? But the thing is, he actually does make quite good synths in Vital, so we've got to show him a bit of love. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like and subscribe. And also, check out my newest preset pack, Vital Artillery. Check out the other links down below. I do actually do one-on-one lessons. I know I always go on about that, but they're really good, so you should definitely take one because I love helping people get better at production no matter what level they're at. So come along and have a session with me. Also, in case you want any mastering done, I'm your guy. Send me a clip or just send me your newest track ready to go, -4, and we'll smash it up and make it sound wicked for you. Anyway, today I've got a lovely free bass for you guys. As it's Friday, I thought I'd give a free preset away. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers. This is crazy. This is nuts. So thank you all so much. And here is one of the little ways that I can say thank you to give this one away to you. So let's have a listen to the Haunted Swing bass. So as you can see, I was playing around with a few macros there as well. And yeah, so I've basically started this bass from scratch just using Vital. So we're going to talk about the sound design and then we're going to talk about the kind of macros, and that's pretty much it. And then you can go ahead and download the preset. So let's jump straight into the kind of initial sound design. So let's kind of start from scratch, turn off all of our Michael Bay unwelcomed special effects. And does anyone get that reference? Michael Bay, special effects, movies are terrible, makes you fall asleep, no storyline, just explosions. Anyway, Michael Bay. I've got my beautiful drum beat that I've made before using some of the kicks and snares in my Vital preset pack and some claps using this little flangey stab from a preset that I made as well for Vital. And basically just get my Vital presets, all right? Just kidding, you don't have to, but you should. Yeah, and the jazzy drum layer, which is one I've made from an earlier video this week, just to kind of give us a nice bed of cymbals. So anyway, let's get into the design then. Starting off with a sine wave here. Very, very simple. And next thing we're going to do is we're going to throw in a sample, and it's the box fan, which comes in Vital already. And all I've got to modulate the sound is a quarter note dotted LFO with a nice little ramp up and a little slide down. And we've got our FM sample coming in to here. So we've turned the level down here and it's just going straight into the sine wave and being modulated up and down a little bit here. And this will get exacerbated when we add in our next oscillator, which is FMing from oscillator 1. And it's also just a sine wave, but I've just turned on the Shepherd tone mode to get some more harmonics into this one and pitched it down a little bit further. And now you can hear if I take this sample off. Here we're left with that classic just sine wave and sine harmonic kind of sound. But with the sample in there, it's giving us this kind of textured version of what would be an otherwise too synthetic sound, in my opinion. Gives us that analog warmth that we've all been craving since we left the womb. Wow, I just realised I just solved some unanswered childhood trauma. Anyway, did I? No, maybe not. All right, oscillator 3, another sine wave, pitched up this time higher. And this one is, actually this is the special one that you need to pay attention to because this is the counter rhythm. So everything's going on this LFO up normally, but this one's going in the reverse direction. And if you kind of listen on its own, start with level up, and it goes down on the LFO, and we also start with this form scale kind of up as well, and that also goes down on the LFO. So, you know, if it's at 25% now, but if I turn it down, it's actually kind of turns the whole oscillator off in a way. So what it's basically doing is kind of starting with this sound up, and then as the LFO goes up and our other growls kind of open, this one actually closes. So it's going in the opposite direction. So it creates this offbeat swing, haunted swing kind of articulation to the sound. God, I've got some good words for you today. And it also was a little bit dry and uninteresting without the sample being FM'd into it, so I threw that in there. Counter rhythms, baby, in one patch. So that's very exciting for the whole Covenant and all of the villains in the Halo series. They can all be excited by this, including the Arbiter. Yes. So what I've done to increase the complexity of the patch and make you able to play it a little bit more is I have, by the way, if anyone knows the Halo references I sometimes make, little backstory. When I was a teenager, I used to do nothing other than play Halo online. I wanted to get to General, and I just never got there. I got to like Brigadier, I think level 46 out of 50 on the online kind of lone wolves, 1 against 1 in a big group of people killing each other. Yeah, I never quite got there. And I never used to make music. I just used to do that and nothing else. And it wasn't until I sort of eventually stopped, you know, being a complete waster that I started to do something like this, which is a little bit more productive, I think. But yeah, that's why I reference Halo a lot, because I'm a big fan back in the day. So yeah, the Arbiter, the Covenant. Anyway, I'll stop going on about that. Right. Yeah, so we got this offbeat pattern. And to make it more interesting on the macros, I've turned up, this one here is the off time, and you can see it changes the form scale position. And because this form scale, you know, when it's down at 0, it's like turns the oscillator off. And so depending on where I start the form scale knob here and how long it takes to get down to 0, that's going to be a different timing. It takes a different amount of time to reach 0. So in a sense, it's going to be delayed in like a different amount of time, right? It's a different timing each time. I'm great at explaining things. Anyway, so I've tracked this to a macro here so I can play around with the timing of this offbeat articulation, essentially. So if we listen, I'll turn it up. Now rather than dum dum dum, it's more like dum 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 dum. So it's a little bit, you know, you could sort of just play it around, automate it in your track to get some more interesting kind of rhythms. Or just automate it to come up slowly, so it sort of gets looser, and then it sort of snaps back to the original and remains tight again. So that's very good. I like that a lot. And then I did a couple more little kind of macros, but we'll just go over to the effects now after this little filter, which is basically just applying a little bit of mid-range pressure to our offbeat oscillator 3 here. So anyway, effects, we've got a tiny bit of chorus, tiny bit of distortion, tiny bit of reverb with the low end taken out, a little bit of an EQ boost at the top just because I saw it seemed to lack a little bit of frequencies around there. And then we've got a little bit of delay which comes on our effect. And then have I used the filter? Yeah, the filter comes on a little bit in one of the effects as well. So we can already jump straight into the effects. So if you'd like to jump to the effects with me, ready? All right, now we're into the effects. No, sorry, the macros. Right, sorry, we've done the effects. We've got to jump into the macros. So if you'd like to jump to the macros with me. All right, I'm very excited today. I'm not sure why. So anyway, we've got the off time macro, which I've already explained. And now we've got the slapper, which is simply, you can see here, just turning the mix up. and the kind of speed up on very, very slightly on the delay here, which is creating just a slap back kind of. But it sounds pretty cool and a bit like surreal in a way, and it could be nice to automate, I reckon. And then the tone, basically just adding a little bit of weirdness with a comb filter and a bit of extra mix on the chorus. But like having these things where it kind of phases out a bit or goes a bit weird means that when you bring it all back down to 0, you like retain that tightness, so you can kind of get a bit more impact again when you restart a loop or something. So yeah, really enjoy this little patch, and it's the Haunted Swing, and you can download it down below. All I ask that you do in return is just to call up your nearest family member right now and say, look mum, look dad, look nan, look cat. I've been watching these tutorials from Art1fact on YouTube, and he's just such a great guy. You know, he just like, he gives stuff away for free, and you know, he teaches me everything, and I don't even have to do anything. I just sort of sit there and watch and sort of take it in and just improve naturally on some kind of brain transplant of knowledge. So yeah, as long as you at least hit the like button, that's the least you can do. Other than that, have an awesome weekend. And yeah, I'm gonna try and continue to do some more sound design videos while I'm feeling super inspired for music at the moment. Anyway, peace out guys, have a wicked day.